you have to recall what I used to share with you all. You see, all this Anapanasati or whatever method and technique you use, even Buddha or what, or chanting, they are just skillful means to train the mind to be mindful, to be aware. Then after you have trained, then you have to stabilize it. So I already told you, Anapanasati, yes, no doubt, can make you more calm, more peaceful, because you just have to be aware of the in and out breath. No need to know anything. It's just like the silent mind. You know how to relax, maintain awareness. Don't try to know, don't try to do anything. Then you settle down very fast. But most people cannot do that because the mental hindrances are there. They don't have a stable sati. They don't have that understanding of what the true mind is. So like your case is the same because you have not stabilized your sati. So what you need to do is you want to go into Anapanasati, if you can settle down more easily, like you experience, you can become more calm more easily and less thought arising when you are in the awareness state. Because that one combined with the stability of mindfulness of the in and out breath can lead to absorption, can lead to what they call that peace within. That's why Anapanasati in a way is very conducive for development of initial peace, initial calmness. But this is just a skillful means. That's why in the Satipatthana Sutta, the four foundations of mindfulness, the Buddha taught the first category of cultivation is to be mindful of the in and out breath. But he don't teach you the full Anapanasati teachings. The full Anapanasati teaching, they call it the long discourse, is a very elaborate one. He said no need. You just have to develop the simple instruction, breathing in aware, breathing out aware. Then continue to develop it until it's stabilized. Then when it's stabilized, you will experience pity. Because when there is this awareness, sati, there is no thought, then your mind settles down and become peaceful, calm. Then pity will arise. And pity is actually an enlightenment factor. But because Anapanasati can make you so calm and so peaceful, and you can be absorbed into it, then you continue to relax and go deeper into it, then piti becomes sukhang. And most people get trapped in sukhang, where it's the blissful state of mind, very blissful. When they are at the state of sukhang, they don't know how to proceed. Where most people want this repeated. That's why it becomes samatha. The mind becomes very calm, very peaceful, very absorbed into it, and just want to enjoy the peace. That what they call blissfulness within. Then later on, if you continue to relax into it and maintain awareness, this Anapanasati from the initial movement of mindfulness will actually slow down. Initially, it will become long breath. The long breath, you can actually develop absorption of it. But when you are completely mindful of it, you can become absorbed into it. That's why it can become very calm, make you very still. And you can experience all of the jhanic factors. Then even ekagata, one-pointedness of mind, you can stay there. Yeah. But this Anapanasati, you relax into it and allow it to be, and allow the mind to naturally move. Then from that long breath, it will start to transform until it becomes very quiet, very still, very subtle, like hardly any breathing. That is passaddhi. You're supposed to develop until passaddhi. Tranquility of mind, stillness of mind, until it's so calm, so still and tranquil, until the thought no more there, the absorption also no more there, but it's just the silent mind that is away. When you are in that state, don't panic, don't try to do anything, just stay with the silent mind, stay with the subtle breathing, don't do anything, continue to stabilize it until your mind enters sati. That is what you're supposed to do. That's why last time I told you, if you want to do the fourth support, which is trust, to go to your heart, you cannot, because you need to stabilize it. Before your sati stabilize, you go there, no use. You don't have the stability. You can feel the heartbeat, but not stable. That's why you say the thought come and all, because it's not stable. That's why all these things happen. Then you don't have the understanding of awareness-based meditation. When you have the understanding, this state, relax, is very deep. There are many levels of relaxation. You can go into it until it's really, really relaxed. And this state, you have to go through many, many rounds until the awareness becomes very stable. Just like Anapanasati, until your mind enters sati. Then the mind doesn't move on. The mind will stay. Wherever you locate this mind, it will stay there. That's why if you stay at the heart area, it will detect the heartbeat or whatever vibration within. It will detect on its own. And then when it detects, if you stay with it, what happens? It's like Anapanasati. Understand not? It's like the awareness and the heartbeat move as one. Then it becomes very quiet, very subtle, until finally, like no more heartbeat. It can happen. Then after that, you realize your mind has entered sati. Means without heartbeat also it can stay there. That is the stability you need. Then after that, when you come out of it, means your mindfulness that is so stable, means mind has entered sati, then every movement, every action, the awareness is with your kaya. That's why you suddenly realize, how come everything is magnified? Your physical movement, your physical activity, even the blinking of your eye, the turning, the bending, the stretching, the awareness is with it. Then hearing also same. Every moment of hearing is in sati. Every moment of seeing, whatever you come to observe through your seeing consciousness, it's like the awareness and the phenomena move as one. Specific phenomena aware, like the moving car. It's just the awareness and that thing move. No word, nothing. Means your hearing is in sati. Your seeing is in sati. Then whatever you come to smell through your senses is also in sati. Your taste is also in sati. It becomes very different. Then tactile also is in sati. And you can relax very easily on. The moment you relax, you settle down already. You are in a meditative state already. Very, very soothing. And you can rest. You can develop the awareness and all those things. Then whatever that the mind is doing, because that mind is in sati, is with the true mind, the true nature. That's why all your six sense door is in sati. Hearing, seeing, smell, taste, tactile, and thought process. The movement, the activity, everything in sati. And then that time, your daily mindfulness will stabilize. So for your case, remember to do until it's very stable. If Anapanasati suits you, then do. Do until very stable. The danger is, if you do Anapanasati, people tend to go into samatha, because the calmness is very, very enticing. Leo meditator to every time look for it, because they want it repeated, especially the sukhang. Then the deep absorption also same. When you go into deep absorption, the mind like completely isolate and shut down. Yeah. Like, I remember I went into the absorption. I can cut off my senses, the hearing all. When my Anapanasati become very, very stable, I went into absorption. Then I realized the senses like shut down. Shut down doesn't mean doesn't function, no. Shut down means because this absorption is so strong, it can cut off the sense data, understand? I tested it because I that time like to meditate in the middle of the night during the early years, 86, 87. So at night, sometimes you all don't like the marumpit or those things, the motorbike fellow, they will roam, then very loud. Then sometimes car also do that. But because it was middle of the night, 2, 3 a.m. So while I was doing the meditation, all this sound to me is not a problem where I can go into the absorption. Then I realized suddenly when I went into this absorption, the hearing shut off. Then I cannot hear anything. Then I release it out. The hearing come back. That's why I know this absorption can shut off. You can isolate your mind and stay inside. That's why they call it Chitta Viveka. The 3 types of peace, you remember? The first one is the normal one. They call it the what is the name already? The first one is, there is a Pali word for it one, I cannot remember already. The second one is Chitta Viveka. Yeah. So Chitta Viveka means the mind in seclusion. Understand? Yeah. The first one is not the mind in seclusion. The first one is you renounce, you go to the temple, then you seclude yourself. Understand? Means from the worldly. You settle down into a retreat, way place and all those things. They call it there is a word before it, don't know what. Oh, Kaya Viveka. Okay, I better write it down. Yeah. Kaya Viveka. 3 types of peace. First one is Kaya Viveka. The second one is Chitta Viveka. So Viveka means seclusion. Then the last one is there is another word. There is also what is this word already? I forgot already. Kaya Viveka, Chitta Viveka. I think it's Upadi, if I'm not wrong. You go and check it out. Upadi Viveka. Yeah. This one I am not sure. Yeah. You have to check this one out. So what the Buddha meant is, the first one is you seclude your physical from the world. That's why you renounce the world. You take what they call, you make the decision to go for is to renounce the world, to meditate full time, either become a monk or for a certain period. Means you go to a meditation way place, or a place which is conducive for cultivation. So you seclude. Kaya is your physical seclusion. You seclude yourself from the world, the worldly. Then after that, when you do the Anapanasati, which is the absorption one, you seclude the mind. Understand not? Chitta viveka is mental seclusion. The mind can stay inside, I remember. Then there is like a cocoon of energy, a cylinder of energy here, very strong at the heart area, where nothing can go in. Nothing can even disturb it, even the lightning or whatever. Even people pour hot water or what on you, you cannot be disturbed at all, because it's very stable. Because the chitta has secluded, the energy is so strong. But all this, they are not the real enlightenment. Because this one is not born of wisdom. Only the third type of peace, upadi viveka. So the Buddha said, out of these three, you have to realize the third one. The third one is born of wisdom. This type of seclusion is not born of avoiding or running away. This one is born of wisdom. That's why the Buddha realized this third type of peace. And this is true peace, meditative awakening or enlightenment. Whereas the first two, a lot of people doing the thought-based meditation, especially Anapanasati or Samatha or one-pointedness, they will realize the first two. Especially the chitta viveka, the mental seclusion. They can seclude yourself. That's why they will go to the forest. They will go to this quiet place, very conducive, very beautiful nature, away from society. So they call this a lot of hermit. You know the word hermit. They like to take this type of cultivation, chitta viveka. They seclude themselves in all these remote places, but beautiful nature. So if you develop all this, then you will experience them and you will go through. The first type of peace is not lasting, understand not? Because it depends on the environment you are in, understand not? When the way place is conducive, you find that you can settle down, you can meditate, you can develop progress, like people going for retreat. But the moment you're out of retreat, you come back to your daily life, if you are still working, your career life, or even if you are not working, you live the household life, then you realize you find it very difficult to calm yourself down, to develop the training. That's why without a proper religious routine, the daily mindfulness, you cannot. So the first one, physical seclusion, depend on the environment, depend on the way place. So when you are out of it, you find it very difficult to settle down. That's why it's not stable, not reliable. Whereas the second one, chitta viveka, yes, you can carry it throughout the day, 24 hours. Last time I did it also. My Anapanasati becomes so stable. Before I met that teacher Achayantra that taught me the daily mindfulness to switch. So when I was in that absorption, I realized the second type of peace. And that time I thought, I was still in the university. The first year I went to the university, after the first night, after I went to the talk, Chief Reverend, I came back, I sit, and I didn't know I had been there for 4 hours. Then my mind went into the Anapanasati and became so still. That's why after that for a few weeks, my mind was like that. Then it becomes so still. Then during the college day, I go into Anapanasati very easily, very fast. I settle down very fast. And I like to meditate that time. So because of that, first year, second year, third year, even final year, I was still doing it. So I was okay. So that time I was like, I know I was very lucky. That time I was very lucky. Like everything, well, that time when I did that one, Anapanasati, my metta very strong. My metta very strong. Then I got a lot of loving kindness and all those things. And I did metta a lot during those early days. Then after that, when my mind developed that ability, it settled down and my life become different. I can study very well. I can have clarity to understand many things. But when I came out to work, when I start to experience the career life, then when I start to earn a salary, then know the importance of money and all those things, then I realize inside me there is this craving to achieve more, to do better. That's why the thought become different. That time I don't meditate so often. Then more involved with career, more involved with pursuing the materialistic success. Then think of studying law, MBA, all those things. So funny type of thought process arise. Then I realized inside my heart there, last time never move on, starts to move again, because of this craving, desire, and new exposure to the working life, the career life. That's why I realized something is not right. Because when I don't meditate so often, like when I was in the uni, then all these things can come back and disturb me and stir me. That's why finally, later on, luckily, I met Ajahn then of course in between Shen Hua Teoh and my other teacher. Then when all those things happened, then I realized what I did was this samatha. Then I decided to switch from the absorption meditation, Anapanasati. I release it and come out into daily mindfulness. And I did it. And because I did it, that's why later on I developed this ability to understand awareness base. Then finally, when I met my last guide, he showed me the gateway. Then I understood the whole thing. That's why from there onward, I connected back to my spiritual nature. Then I start to recall a lot of my cultivation, my practice, and all the things that I understand. Then my nature transforms, and I become different. That's how all these are possible. So for you, Jin Hao, always remember, stabilize it. Sati need to be stabilized. Whether you study Anapanasati or whatever, it's the same. You stabilize it until your mind enters Sati. Then have a religious routine. Every morning, wake up, pay respect, triple jam, meditate for a while. 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, if you can, half an hour. Because when you have the time, the luxury of semi-retirement or what, you do it. Unless you retain this routine, then in between, maintain daily mindfulness. Everything you do aware. When you bow, aware, walk, aware. Whatever activity you do, driving, everything aware. Then learn to do the formal meditation. Relax, maintain awareness, support. It's the same. Finally, this one will come. But this one can only come when your daily mindfulness stabilizes. You must develop the stability of sati. Means either anapanasati, like I say, you meditate until very subtle, like no more movement, no more breathing. Means the mind got no more object of meditation, understand? But don't worry, stay with the nostril there. Maintain awareness there. Then if you are patient enough, suddenly one day you realize the Anapanasati come back. Even the subtle breathing, you can pick it up. What does it mean? It means your mind has entered sati. It has become more refined. Your sati has become more refined. It has gone beyond the normal sati. Well, the normal sati need phenomena need movement to anchor it. This more refined, the highest, more refined sati, don't need anything to anchor on. That's why stay with the silent mind. Stay with the awareness, the subtle breathing. It's the same, whether it's a heartbeat or what. But you must reach that stability. Then stay with it. But when you reach that stability, your mind is in sati. Wherever you locate your mind, it will stay there. Then all this thought, no more. No more. Cannot arise on. Cannot arise on. Okay?
Okay, berarti talking about Anapanasati, this is one of my favorite method of meditation. Before I start doing the awareness-based meditation that is taught by Brother Teoh. Okay, Brother Teoh, I want to say a little bit about this so that Brother Chin Hao can also benefit from it. And maybe Brother Teoh can also elaborate on that as well. Okay, you see, when I did the Anapanasati, because like Brother Chin Hao said, it kind of give you an anchor to anchor your mind so that you become peace and calm, you know. Okay, the thing about this is just a skillful mean. Yes, correct. You just do, Brother Teoh. What I want to say is something in addition to what Brother Teoh said. So you go through the calm, you attain the piti, the sukang, you know, and then after that, the breath is so subtle, subtle. No more breath, but your sati able to pick the so-called the long breath. You actually can observe aware of the breath, you know, the breath.
That long breath can be very long.
Yes, very long.
Can be very long.
Yes, very long.
And that one make you very calm during that time.
Yes, correct. So
that one you can be with it for quite a few months sometimes.
You can be very long in your meditation period. And then the thing is this, Brother Teoh, because I relax into it, right?
That is the key. When you relax into it, it becomes different.
Yes, it becomes different. It's no longer, it's not a samatha or whatever.
Correct. It's not absorption anymore. It does not bring you into that very deep calmness.
Yes. So the key is you need to relax until
very good.
Yes, it drop into your heart, right?
It drop into your heart.
Yes, it drop into your heart, and then you can actually aware of your heart heartbeat. It's like a stethoscope. It's like a stethoscope. Yes. So that is what will happen, you know. It will transform, you know. It will transform, and then this heartbeat is so clear. You can see your heart. Actually, you can see your heart beating. The clarity is crystal clear one. It's very amazing, I would say this word, because that was the first time I saw it. Wow, I was like, what is it? Of course, this outside. After I come out of it, what is this? You know, that I have never seen it. Yes, it's super amazing. That is where we need to arrive, you know, to that point. And then as you relax into it. I mean, of course, if you can do it, then you will detect your gateway and you enter into your gateway and everything flow in, very soothing, you know. Sadhu. This is what I want to add. So this is how you can achieve through Anapanasati also, you know. Yes. Very true. Yes. So that is the amazing thing about Anapanasati. I realized yes. So beside the four, after that, I use also Brother Teoh's method, the four support, right? I do it the way.
That one very
and you
useful.
you also can enter into your gateway, your pure awareness. And then after that, you can also relinquish. You what's the word? You actually can return the pure awareness back into the nature, into the nature. Yes. So that is using the lying down.
During that time, you don't need any object of meditation.
Yes, correct,
Mind already is deep.
correct.
Very
So
good, very beautiful.
yes, correct. So you return everything to the Buddha nature, and that's when you do the lying down meditation is because super relaxing. Yeah. So the whole thing about this meditation is really about relaxation. If you can do the relaxation very, very well, you can achieve all this, you will not go into absorption at all, even with Anapanasati.
Yeah. This one is very true. Because I forgot to elaborate on the long breath. Actually, the long breath, last time I did for very long. Then when I was doing the long breath, the breath actually take me to the heart. Take me to the heart, long breath. Every time I hit the mind base. Then my Anapanasati very strong. Then my mind base also open up. But that time, I don't know the force support yet. I don't know how to relax into it. That's why until later on, when I shift my meditation into daily mindfulness, then only I do the relaxation part. But by then, my Anapanasati already went through the long breath and stopped at the subtle breathing already. Well, I realized the subtle breathing long ago. Now Poching mentioned, I recall, which is correct. So what Poching was describing to you is very beautiful. She actually was with the right timing. When she started doing, she actually reported to me and consulted me. Then she followed a lot of my instruction. That's why she got the benefit of the force support relax. That one actually, during the long breath, when you have this ability to relax, then it will not go into absorption, then it will go into normal awareness. And then it can stop at the heart also. Then that's why he can move so fast. Now I understand why. Sadhu to you, Bujeng. Sadhu.
Yes, sadhu. Very good. That is how it happened to me, That's why I want Brother Jinhao to benefit.
You will help a lot of people.
Yes.
That's why the relaxation stage is very important. If you don't relax into every mind state, the absorption that build up during the long Anapanasati long breath, it become absorption. The mind become very calm. Then you experience all of the piti, sukhang and all those things. Then your mind become like very, very absorbed into it. Then you can go into seclusion, citta viveka and all that. It's like the whole mind secluded. You can shut off your senses. The shutting off the senses, I think, Pocheng didn't manage to experience it. It was because he relaxed. He was able to relax into it and transform that absorption meditation of Anapanasati into pure awareness. That's how she moved in very fast. I was actually, during the Vasti day, when I was doing it, I was actually doing all the way Anapanasati, and I didn't learn the four support yet at that time, until later, until I shift my cultivation to daily mindfulness. Very good, Sadhu, Bhajang.
Yes, sadhu. Yeah. I benefited from the relaxation, and that's why I am able to explain to brother Jinhao now that it can be done now. If you relax into it,
It can be done.
Yeah. So it's a very beautiful process, that I mean, if you relax into all the process that you are doing, in the meditation, it will lead you. I mean, everything is naturally happen. There's nothing that the mundane mind is involved. There's no mental hindrance. There's no mundane mind. Everything is by itself. Just go and go and go. It flow by itself,
Yeah.
So it's very, very very amazing, correct. Yeah, the word is that sadhu. Yeah.
Okay. You continue.
So I mean, talking about this Anapanasati Anapanasati, right? Brother Teoh, before I actually learned from Brother Teoh, right? I did my first Anapanasati. Actually, when I went to, I recall when I went to the Cameron Highland retreat in 2017, right? Brother Teoh, do you recall that I reported to you the first Anapanasati that I did in that particular retreat? I wanted to, maybe I just explain quickly. I wanted to attend a one-day retreat during the National Day, which is the 9th of August in Singapore, which is the public holiday. And I've not learned anything on meditation that, if you attend one day, meaning the whole day is walking, sitting, walking, sitting. So I said, alamak, walking, sitting, how am I supposed to tahan when I don't know nothing about meditation? The only thing I learned initially is just Anapanasati.
That one will help you.
Yeah, it does help me lah. But I did the training at home, and then I actually share with Brother Teoh. I did the training at home. I sit down. I said I do 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and after that I slowly increase the timing lah. But I have to slowly increase it until 1 hour, because the meditation is like 1 hour or 1.5 hours per session, like kind of thing.
That is the best. You can do until 1 hour to 1.5 hours.
Yes. So the first time. Not the first time, but the first time I experienced a long meditation is when I was at home trying to learn to attend the so-called one-day retreat. So I sit there, force myself to sit there for a longer time, for 1 hour, And then, like Brother Teoh, you said, it went to, actually, I don't know what is that at that point in time, but I described to Brother Teoh that time at the Cameron Highland retreat. So I sit there and I feel my leg pain, pain until cannot tahan anymore. But I continue with my Anapanasati. I said, I must do it until I achieve the so-called alarm, my alarm ring, alarm ring. I said I will sit there, regardless what happened to my leg. Okay. So I did that, Brother Teoh. I did that, and then my mind, that time I don't know what happened, because that time I still very blur. I don't know what happened, but my pain all disappear. I went into my pain.
The shift of consciousness happened. The mind become very bright, flash on.
Yes, it flash. It flash. It's really flash. It flashed and it went to the space, the space that I see very fast. My mind is moving very fast, there's only the mind that moves very fast in space,
the infinite space.
So I remember what Brother Teoh tell me in the retreat, that I mean, that time I don't know. I explained to some teachers that I attend some kind of course in so-called when the teacher come, they say anything to report, so I report. They cannot explain to me what happened to me. They cannot.
Go through.
So but Brother Teoh explained to me is like what Brother Teoh said. He went to this Arupa. I remember Brother Teoh said Arupa.
The infinite space.
Arupa,
infinite
because
space,
only the mind is moving inside the space, So that happened to me So I able to overcome the pain of my leg and went to this.
It will flash through. It will just disappear.
It disappeared, and then no more pain. Wow, feel very good, very good. Whereas after I come out of the meditation, I tell you there is so much. I don't know what you call that but my mind is like very happy all day.
All day. The bliss and the joy. The peace, very strong one.
Very, very strong. It like happy all the time, regardless of what is happening.
Now I understand why you can break free so fast. Because your heart, when you do the infinite space, your heart area, there is the energy there is so strong, but it's very soothing one. That one actually help you to open up. Then you connect back. Means you have done this before in the past. Now I understand why you can progress so far. At that time, when you described to me how you locate the gateway, I said, this is fantastic. How can it be so fast? And now I understand from the way you described. You went in through the Anapanasati. Then you learn the relaxation early. Then you sit through the pain. That one help. Yeah. I also did it in the early days.
Yeah, I sit through the pain because I was very determined to attend the one day retreat, you know. So I put the alarm there. I said, I must sit there for at least 1 hour. If the thing never, if the pain, I just never mind. So I use the Anapanasati, like you said, it I don't know, it anchored me so well, that it just flash into this space, that is very 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 interesting space that you move
the
very
mind
fast.
become like bright and so beautiful, so different. Then it is like the mind traveling into infinite space.
It's traveling very fast into this
space.
space.
Very fast one, and very calm one.
Very calm. You don't know what is going on.
Then throughout the day, you are in that calmness, in that state.
Yes. Very, very calm, very, very happy. Actually, not just days or weeks, months of variety. You know.
You continue with that type of training, it can be there for months.
For
I
months.
remember that time, the first day I went into that when I was in the university. It was with me for 1 or 2 weeks. 1 or 2 weeks. That state.
Okay, then I think maybe no time lah. Now it's 10:30. I will explain. Continue another day lah. But I want to talk about this pain thing that will benefit other people as well. The pain of the leg. Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, sadhu. I hope
let us rejoice.
Yes.
Let us rejoice.
Yes.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Oh, this is beautiful. So we will reserve the next slot for you, Bojeng. Sadhu. So this is really beautiful. This is what real cultivation is. When you do it correctly, you move very fast. And now I can understand why she can move so fast. It was because of the Anapanasati. Then she connect back. You see, this Anapanasati, that's why the Buddha also taught it, is because it's very, very conducive and is a neutral object of meditation, the breath. Everybody of us, every living being, we have the breath, but this is the life force. When the breath is there, the life force is there. So this breath, when you maintain awareness, is always in the present moment. It can never be in the future or the past. So when you are mindful of it, it's always there. That's why Anapanasati means sati is mindfulness. Anapana is in and out breath. So mindfulness of the in and out breath, that is the most beautiful. So when you do that, you remember to relax into it. Then now I can also recall, in the early days, when my Anapanasati built up very stable, the long breath come, then it take me to my heart. The one breath, in breath, very long, is like a few minutes or sometimes. You go to the breath here. Then the whole thing like very clear the whole breath is like very clear, like she described. Very, very clear, like in a microscope you see, a lot of things inside there that no word can describe one. You have to be in that mindfulness state to actually understand. It's like so much thing inside there, Like the scientists under the microscope can see so clearly, everything. That breath is like very, very clear to you. The whole lot of movement, every action, every movement of it, very, and no thought on. That's why the bliss, the joy, the calmness, the pity, the sukhang, everything is there, and you feel very good throughout the day. So all these are possible when you do it correctly. Then if you know how to relax into it during that time, it will prevent you from going into absorption. But actually no harm. You want to experience absorption first, also no harm. Then after that, release it, come out. Then you revert back to the relaxation to develop the normal awareness. And after that, when it's dropped to the heart by itself, like Pocheng went through, Then after that, the breathing become very subtle, like no more breathing. Then at the heart there, it's like the stethoscope, but you are not wearing the stethoscope. The heartbeat, everything become very clear. And initially it's like pounding, then it become more subtle. And after that it become very quiet, very still. Then you just trust that nature. Then you will locate the gateway, then you will go in. All the energy will melt inside. Very soothing. So this is beautiful.